G'day, welcome to the Speeding Bulletin. My name is Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com. This is all the Superman related news there was for the week April 23rd to April 29th, 2010. We received the first real confirmation of a new Superman movie from Warner Brothers via a press release announcement regarding a deal that's been signed with IMAX Corporation. Warner Brothers and IMAX plan to release a number of films over the course of 2011, 2012 and 2013, including Batman 3 and Superman. Peter McDermott has updated our Smallville episode guide with his summary of the most recent Season 9 episode, Charade, while Douglas Trumbull and Gillian Finn have written their reviews for this same episode, with both guys enjoying it. Gillian gave it a pass verdict, while Doug rated it a 5 out of 5. Don't forget, Sacrifice, the 20th episode of Season 9 of Smallville, is scheduled to air tonight at 8 PM on the CW. In this episode, Tess breaks into Watchtower, triggering an elaborate security system that Chloe installed, ultimately trapping the two women inside. Chloe realizes that the Kandorians are downloading information from Watchtower's servers, which prompts her to make a drastic move. Look for our episode summary and reviews in the days following this episode. The CW has released a gallery of images from Hostage, the 21st episode of Season 9 of Smallville. This episode is scheduled to air on Friday, May 7th. Executive producer Brian Peterson told Fancast.com, "It's a fun, look who's coming to dinner sort of episode." The CW released the official spoiler-filled description for Salvation, the Season 9 finale of Smallville. In this episode, Zod unleashes his army upon the world, forcing Chloe to call in reinforcements from old friends. Zod tells Lois he is the Blur and asks her to steal the Book of Ra from Clark. Torn between Clark and the Blur, Lois asks Clark to come clean with her about everything, but he refuses. Salvation is scheduled to air at 8 PM on Friday, May 14th. EW's Osceola Files gave us our first look at Salvation via an image of Clark versus Zod, while TVGuide.com asked Smallville executive producer Brian Peterson to play a little word association for the remainder of this season. When they said supersuit, he said finale. Superman homepage reviewer James Lance continues reviewing episodes of the 1950s Adventures of Superman TV series. Check out his review of Jungle Devil, in which the Daily Planet reporters are on a jungle expedition that involves the valuable diamond used as an idol's eye. BleedingCool.com have earned the ire of writer J. Michael Straczynski by posting a false rumour about the angle he'd be taking with the Superman comic book title. The original report falsely claimed, amongst other things, that JMS insisted that Superman only appear in the Superman book he was writing, which led to Mark Guggenheim stepping down from Action Comics. JMS didn't take kindly to the false reports and posted a lengthy message rebuking the claims. Newsarama.com caught up with writer James Robinson to talk to him about his plans for the Justice League of America. In regards to Supergirl joining the team, Robinson said, "She brings a sense of exuberance and youth. After the events of the 100-Minute War, she'll be needing people around her and needing a support system." The 49th episode of the From Crisis to Crisis podcast is now available to listen to. This is the week of tangents as Michael and Jeffrey look at Superman books with a November 1989 cover date. Comic books we reviewed this week included Supergirl number 52 was reviewed by Jeffrey Bridges, who gave this issue a 3 out of 5, saying, "It's almost impossible to rate these middle of crossover stories." Ralph Silver reviewed Justice League of America number 44, saying, "Coming into this issue my expectations were quite low. I found this issue to be a pleasant surprise," and he gave it a 4 out of 5. And Jeffrey Taylor wrote an advanced mini-review of War of the Superman number 0, highlighting the significance of Free Comic Book Day. Comics shipping this week from April 28th include Action Comics 889, Super Friends number 26, Superman number 699, Superman Last Stand of New Krypton number 3, which is available in an alternate cover, Teen Titans number 82, DC Library JLA by George Perez Volume 2 hardcover, JLA Deluxe Edition Volume 3 hardcover, and JSA Series 2 Kingdom Come Superman action figure. Episode 64 of Radio KAL, the monthly podcast of the Superman homepage, is now available to listen to. Neal and I discuss Smallville Season 9, possibilities for Season 10, the Young Justice animated series, Last Stand of New Krypton, Paul Cornell and Action Comics, Superboy DVDs, comic conventions and more. Be sure to also check out Last Son of Krypton Chapter 64 and Lost Daughter of Krypton Chapter 36 from pendantaudio.com. Comic writers and artists are always a popular attraction at the Superman celebration, and this year's featured artist, Carmine Infantino, is sure to be a big hit with the fans. He will appear during the 32nd annual event in Metropolis, Illinois across June 10 to June 13. Noel Neal, the original Lois Lane, will be a special guest at the American Lung Association's 2010 Volunteer Appreciation and Awards reception on Thursday, April 29th. Held in Tucson, Arizona, the awards reception will celebrate the efforts of the association's many volunteers, or as they call them, superheroes in the fight for air. Speaking of Lois Lanes, Margot Kidder participated in a Q&A panel at last week's Pittsburgh Comic Con, and Superman fan Ryan N sent us a report from the panel. Margot talked about her journey from not knowing anything about Lois when she got the part to now where she meets people from around the world that see her and immediately think of that iconic character. The website for Bob Holliday, the first and only actor ever to portray the Man of Steel on the Broadway stage, is now updated with more rare and exclusive content for Superman fans. The new content includes articles and rare photos which can all be seen at supermanbobholliday.com. Sony Online Entertainment released another Inside the Studio video via Facebook, in which Chris Kao and Jens Anderson answer fan questions about the upcoming DC Universe Online MMO video game. Superman Golf head covers have long been a much sought after item amongst fans, and now Creative Covers have made them available once again via Amazon.com. These covers will easily fit both regular and oversized heads and are available for $24.95 US. That's all the Superman news there was for the week April 23rd to April 29th. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com. Neal was unavailable to do a Bailey Planet this week, so I'm standing in for him, and thought I'll discuss the idea of casting for the new Superman movie that will eventually be seen in cinemas. Now, there's obviously three trains of thought here. There's the people who want to keep Brandon Routh, saying that he deserves another chance at the role, and that's got good and bad connotations. Obviously, the bad being that it will be tied into Superman Returns, and people will think that it's a continuation where it's not. It's supposed to be a reboot and a restarting of the movie franchise, so that might be confusing, especially seeing that there will be obviously other cast members in the roles of Lois Lane, Perry White, etc. But Brandon's obviously, fits the part very well, in my opinion. So it would be a shame to see him fall by the wayside, but I can see the obvious reasons why they wouldn't bring him back. Then there's the Tom Welling for Superman group, who want to see Tom finally don the red and blue costume and take on the mantle of Superman. Now, obviously, again, this has a problem with the fact that there would be connotations to the fact that this is therefore a Smallville movie, where obviously it's very doubtful that the cast from the TV series would be in the other roles of, again, Lois Lane, Perry White, and the other actors in the movie. So therefore, Tom Welling has the same trappings that Brandon Routh has in being associated with a different version of the Superman mythos. So, what's the result then? Well, what's the other the other alternative is the fact that we go for another unknown actor. Obviously, there are people who have auditioned for the role of Superman in previous incarnations of the film, and perhaps whoever is directing this next movie will look at those actors again, and perhaps they'll cast their net wider and try to find another unknown actor who can play the part. I wouldn't like them to look at a known actor, as has been done with, say, Iron Man and the Hulk, and even Spider-Man to a lesser degree, mainly because Iron Man and the Hulk, the actual actor is not necessarily seen as that role, as that character. Iron Man's in a obviously a metal suit, and the Hulk is usually the CGI, which doesn't even look like the actor himself. So Superman is different. Obviously, his face is seen, and therefore he needs to play the parts of both Clark Kent and Superman. And you want an unknown actor who embodies the character, rather than people looking at the character and going, oh, that's so-and-so as Superman. So they're the three options. Obviously, the third is probably the best. Be that as it may, Obviously, you probably have a different opinion, but that's for people other than us to decide exactly who will be Superman. So for me, it's a bit of both.